What makes the color pink the most controversial color of all the colors? Let's get into the dark history of the color pink. When we think about the color pink, we think of all things for the girlies. Things like Barbies, feminine energy, girl power. But in fact, pink was not always a feminine color. Prior to the 1900s, pink was actually more of a masculine color because it was similar to the uniforms that the men would wear when they would go off and fight the wars. Modern conceptions of pink for girls and blue for boys begins in the early 1900s because children's clothing companies realize that they can make more money if they designate color to gender. It's truly just a marketing campaign that has been effective for over 100 years. So thank you to the marketing department for that one. The idea that pink is for girls becomes more entrenched after the First World War. And it's basically because when all the guys go off to war, the women stay home and fill all the factory jobs. And they realize that they can have full careers. But then when the men come home, they're deeply uncomfortable about this new female empowerment. And a conservative backlash resonates across the West to encourage women to get back into the kitchen and the bedroom, because that's where we belong. Because of this backlash, women are encouraged to dress their baby girls in pink, and it's not long until women themselves are encouraged to wear pink, because we too are children. And it's around this time that we see the huge boom of pink home goods and fridges and stoves and just everything pink. It's only a matter of time until pink becomes very sexualized. And that's because men understood women as sexual and as infantile. And so pink comes to represent these ideas. This idea that pink is a provocative color is also seen in World War II. When Hitler took over and the Nazis took over, in the same way that they made Jewish peoples wear yellow stars, they made gay men wear pink triangles. In this case, the pink was meant to shame them, and thousands of these men did die in concentration camps. But symbols of oppression often become symbols of empowerment. In the 1980s, we see LGBTQ+ artists and designers use the pink triangle as a symbol of protest against the AIDS epidemic. And ever since, it's been a symbol of safe harbor and empowerment for the LGBTQ+ community. As the decades pass, Western understandings of pink also start shifting. It starts to be used as a color of expression. And this is very much rooted in Black and African American diaspora communities who never had these gendered ideas of pink to begin with. Pink was a way to express your individuality and your joy and your uniqueness. And of course, white people were like, we love this. We want this for ourselves. What a surprise. And it's this movement that actually influences people like Elvis Presley and even the Ramones years later. And I would go so far as to say Harry Styles today. It's all rooted in Black communities. Soon, feminist movements as well start taking up pink as a color of expression and also a color of irony. In a way, the use of the color pink almost shouts, look how far I made it despite you. Nevertheless, pink still remains a very divisive color, if not the most divisive color. It's a color steeped in the struggle between disempowerment and empowerment. And that might be a really good reason to like it, but jury's out.